Representative Marsha Blackburn, the Tennessee Republican who serves as vice chair of the House Energy and Commerce Committee. Marsha, congratulations and welcome back to America's Forum.
Oh, thank you. It is so good to be with you, JD, and thanks for putting the issue on this. I think that's the question I heard from so many people yesterday. You know, when I ran to fill up my car and ran to the grocery store and the dry cleaners and all those tasks we do the day after the election, you know, people were saying, is the president going to work with y'all? Is he going to listen to you? And I think they're anxious to see things get done, and they realize the hang-up in the whole situation has been Harry Reid and the fact that he will not move House-passed bills off his desk.
Well, Marsha, the election process, as we know, there are people who may be in a majority who agree with the Republicans. That was expressed on Tuesday night. But the president, with some of his comments, seemed to give voice to the minority of folks who voted on Tuesday. Let's take a listen to what he had to say yesterday.
So to everyone who voted, I want you to know that I hear you. To the two-thirds of voters who chose not to participate in the process yesterday, I hear you too. Everybody in this White House is going to look and say, all right, what do we need to do differently? But the principles that we're fighting for, the things that motivate me every single day and motivate my staff every day, those things aren't going to change.
So you hear those words. In one sense, Marsha, they sound like, quote, the right words, and yet, for this president who has been described really as anything but pragmatic, will he abandon ideology to try to have some accomplishments?
I would hope that he would work with us, and of course, we know that he's going to be meeting today with the Republican leadership from both chambers. But you know what was so interesting to me about his remarks, JD? It was like the child in the sandbox who says, okay, I will share with you. This is what I'm going to share with you, and this is all I'm going to give to you. And if you don't like it, you can leave. Now, many times, those of us as parents will look at that and will say, no, that's not the way you talk to your friends or your siblings, and that's not the way you play together. The president needs to realize that in this country, what he has to do as our chief executive officer of the country is to work with the people's representatives of each chamber. He is not going to get his way on everything. And to say, if we don't do what he wants on immigration and we don't do what he wants on minimum wage, that he is going to move forward and he is going to do it himself because he just can't afford to wait on us. There is nothing that gives him that power. He can't do that. So I would encourage the president and his team to take a breath, to calm down a little bit, to get their act together and organize and focus on what the American people are wanting to focus on.
Marsha, in the next segment, Marsha, let me.
Yes,
ma'am. In the next segment, we'll talk about immigration. But with a minute remaining right now, you are now one of 100 women serving on Capitol Hill. That's historic. Your thoughts on that?
Oh, I'm so excited about that, and the fact that we have young women like Elise Stefanik, who I've worked with when I co-chaired the platform committee for the Republican Party in 2012. Brilliant young attorney, and I'm delighted she's going to be there. Mia Love, who ran once before and lost and won this election and is coming in. I think this is going to be a very exciting time for bringing that female perspective more clearly to Congress.
And we appreciate the fact that we will have more of your female perspective, Marsha Blackburn. After this break, we'll talk more about the issues confronting the president and the Congress and all of us as America's Forum continues.